Hey everybody, welcome to dinner with the Jocks.
I'm hungry. But Mama, I'm hungry. But Mama,
So I found this new recipe online for raw Brussels sprouts, and I've never really done raw Brussels sprouts before. I did Brussels sprouts, but just never had them raw. So we're going to figure out if this recipe is really good. I'm hoping that it is because, I mean, I started recording this video and yeah, so I'm going to kind of walk you through it. Right now I am just washing the Brussels sprouts. Hey, Mr. Brussels Sprout. Some of you might care and some of you might not. This is what I use as far as my veggie wash goes, and you can also make a great veggie wash at home with vinegar, lemon juice, and sea salt as well. I get this at Kroger or even Whole Foods has it, just called veggie wash. And I like it just because I feel like the ingredients out of most of the veggie washes are probably one of the purest, but you might know of a better one. Okay, so I washed up the Brussels sprouts. And I realized that when I was looking at my recipe, I was actually missing more ingredients than I thought that I was. So I just relied on my natural instincts to bring this recipe together. I did the logical thing. One, I made guacamole. So if you ever fail at any recipe, always have avocados on hand and just make guacamole. That saves a lot of things. Hopefully you like guacamole. I did this quick. I just like mashed the avocado up. It's not a fancy guacamole, but it's just enough to make me regain some confidence in my food preparing capabilities. So I just made this, put avocado in, some lime juice, some sea salt, pepper, whatever. Just whatever I want to throw in there. And then I took my Brussels sprouts and I cut them. So however you want to cut them. Feel free, have some fun. Cut them however you wish. Cut them, put them in the bowl, put some sea salt on them to kind of start tenderizing. So if you have vegetables that are a little bit tougher or like you feel like are a little bit harder to chew and maybe not as fun to chew, put some sea salt on there and it starts breaking them down. You can do that with like kale, cabbages. I do that with anything that's a little bit not as pleasurable at that first bite. So I put some sea salt on them, started tenderizing it a little bit, dumped some olive oil on there. You can see I'm really precise with the things that I do. So for those of you that are type A's, I'm probably going to drive you crazy because I don't measure things. I just get to rolling. If I would have had lemon juice, I would have squeezed lemon juice in there. So lemon juice is always really good to add to anything like this also. Then I just started putting in salt and pepper. And then I just drizzled, honestly, with some honey. It sounds really weird, but it really helps bring out some of the flavors. So again, not a lot of honey, and it's not really super necessary, but for me, it just kind of, I don't know, I was playing, I was having fun. One thing led to another, and there was honey. Anyway, so yeah, so I did that. Then what I did is I was eating them, and I'm like, okay, that's good. I could do that on its own. And the longer you let it sit too, the more the flavors just kind of get pulled out, and it really is good. I could eat it by itself now. But before it had sat, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I don't, no. And I eat grass, people. So, no, I wasn't going to do it. But then I had this guy over here just sitting there. You know, like I said, this is like the confidence rebuilder. But then I took this guy and dipped it in this guy. And, you know, until the flavors had sat, you know, I was like, I'm going to need that. But I don't think I'm going to need it now. I think I'm going to be able to eat these guys on their own. And make sure you chew. We don't chew enough as a culture. We're chomp, chomp, swallow. And while your stomach can help grind that stuff up, really, these teeth, that's what those are for. To really grind up your food. Chew it. Chew it good. Chew it right. Chew it good. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I did for dinner tonight. And I hope it's helpful for you. And I hope, too, that you like it. If you have any questions, let me know. And until then, just know that God loves you. And you're awesome. You're awesome!
thank you. A happy dinosaur, I'm a happy dinosaur, that is my line.
Is that yummy?